right, good afternoon, everybody. Hadn't really planned on doing a video today, but I just thought, maybe we'll look at some plays like we did on the last video, try to see if we can find any that are good. I mean, we're going into the weekend, so liquidity is low, so we have to be careful with entries. But to begin here, I just wanted to show, I know this is a very small window. This is part of the spreadsheet, or one of the 3 spreadsheets that we have that have like high conviction plays, and some aren't quite high conviction, but some have launched, some haven't. You can take advantage of this by joining our Discord. Just want to mention it here at the very beginning. And if you do want to join, here, let me close this. So if you do want to join, let me reconfigure this window. Then all you have to do is either look on my Twitter here, or I'll have it in the description of this video. So let's just go through my Twitter real quick. I just want to make sure that all this is looking right. Yeah, okay. I haven't really talked about Bitcoin today just yet. I think I posted this yesterday. Yeah. So this update was yesterday. Bitcoin was looking fine. As long as we're above the bullish line, I'll get into this here in just a second. As long as we're above the bullish line, we're bullish. What else did I talk about? Here's those 3 spreadsheets I talked about in this most recent post a couple days ago. Desync, we did an 11x on recently. That was a call in our Discord that I didn't see anybody else calling it. So we were able to find it with our smart money research and make an 11x on it. Oh yeah, and that's that last video that we did. What did we talk about? FLT, ACQ, both of those are doing well. ZKML is doing well. So what I found out is that usually about 50% of the ones that I look at are gonna go up fairly soon because smart money's in them, and then 50% might go down. So it's tough. But if you're making 50% of the profit, or if you're making profit 50% of the time, I should say, then you're just doing so much better than anybody else out there. You're compounding that money. And one way I like to look at it is this, is if you had a, let's say you had a total portfolio of 10K, and you were putting 1K intended for projects. Well, if 50% of those plays are going to do well pretty much immediately and net you like a 3x, so let's say this 1K right here turns into a 3x, well, now you've got a total of 3K, which is more like a 2K net. But let's say if you put in 1K in something and then it went down 50%, then you're down $500, and you can see how the math works. Even if we just look at the net here, you're still plus 1,500. So it's what we in poker and other places might call it this as well, but we call it plus EV, which is positive expected value. So you're just playing the odds, and you're using smart money to help you get into these plays. And there's not many Discords doing this, so if you want to check us out, come check us out and just see if you like it. I mean, I've had a lot of members recently that have said, in fact, I can just show you here real quick. They've said that they're very happy that they joined. I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, here it is right here. Let me just... make sure I've got this where it needs to be. Okay. Yeah, so much great data I'm finding in this group, constantly updated too. Well, I didn't want to say that part, but anyway, they're enjoying it. I don't like to talk down about any other groups, and that person didn't actually mention a specific group. I'm just, that's not what I do. I don't talk down about anybody. So let's see if we can get into some of this smart money research here. First, let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. You'll have to excuse me. I've got the allergy thing going on today. So this is a 3-hour chart. I mean, if we let's first look at the weekly chart, because this is very important. You always want to zoom out. We are overbought right here. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Maybe it's hard to see. And for anybody wondering, this is Engineering wBAI. It's not out yet. I'm testing it for somebody, and as soon as it's out, I'll let you know. But you might see it in some of my videos. but I really like the dashboard here. That's why I'm bringing it up. So Bitcoin is definitely overbought on the weekly. That doesn't mean it goes down immediately. It just means, you know, it's a little bit overheated right now. Smart money is still in. There are multiple time frames that it is bearish on, but it's not completely bearish. You know, multi-time frame it's showing bullish. Others, which is all of the tokens minus Bitcoin, minus ETH, and minus the top 10 market cap alts, it's showing bullish. And you want to see DXY bearish, of course, which it is on multi-time frame. And then you want to see USDT USDT dominance. You want to see it bearish as well. So USDT dominance is oversold while Bitcoin is overbought. There's a chance we could still have a dip. You know, maybe we don't break all-time high again just yet. We could still dip, but that's why I'm using this line in the sand right here. As long as we're above this line, and I call it 69K, but it's really more like 68.6 for me. But as long as we're above that line, we're good. And then if we go down to like a daily chart, let's just see what it says. I mean, money flows in the green, so it's still fine. Social intelligence score is 3. That means not many people are talking about Bitcoin right now because it's not going crazy. This is a lower high, so you know there's definitely a reason to be cautious here. You don't want to see a daily candle close below here. And then if we go to 3 hour, we get an even closer view here. You know, money flow could still turn over. This is a bit of a bearish divergence there, and we are under this, you know, this moving average line. So, you know, it's fine short term. Again, we just don't want to see a daily candle close below the bullish line. In total 3, I'm not going to worry about, but it is showing a double top currently on the 3 hour. I'll just go over a couple coins that we talked about last video. ACQ is a RWA narrative, real world asset, and it is doing pretty well. Money flow is clearly in the green. It just has to stay above the bullish line, and it's going to keep going. I mean, if you look at like a longer term time frame here, it's clear that that's very much like a inverted head and shoulders. And then if you go to a smaller time frame, it's kind of like a smaller inverted head and shoulders right there. And they say whenever the chart smiles at you, that's a good thing. You know, you can get some gains out of the move. And a move like this, if we were to look at what that extension would be, and I'll be kind of conservative here, but I mean, we'll just go to the neckline there. And from that neckline, I've got a TP2 right there. So it could do a 6X roughly, 5 to 6X. But I'm not saying it goes right away. You know, see how it kind of bounced around in here for a while before it fell down. It could bounce around here for a while before it pops out. But I'm very bullish on it unless it goes under the bullish line again. And then this is QRDO. This is actually one on the spreadsheet that I want to give to you for free. And I think, I don't think I actually posted this one on Twitter yet, but I will after this video maybe. You know, for watching my videos, you definitely deserve, you know, I appreciate you participating in it and helping my my channel to grow. Not that I really care about that, but I do want to get as much info out there as possible to people to where you know, they can make money off of this, and I'm happy to help. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I just want to help people. I enjoy it. So if we look at a long-term time frame, this is another RWA narrative. That's why I feel it's important right now. On this indicator, we do have a buy signal on the weekly. RSI is above 50 on the weekly, and surely market cipher B would show, well, it's not really trending up just yet on money flow. It's still in the red, but if we go down to like a daily, it might show something better. If you look at multi-time frame, it is bullish currently. You know, the only one that's bearish is the 15-minute. This is currently resistance, obviously. There was a lot of support here at one time, and now it's resistance. So until it gets above the bullish line, I'm not super bullish on it, but you know, this is an accumulation zone. We just don't know how long the accumulation will take, and you have to be patient with ones like this. Let's see, what was I going to talk? Oh yeah, the daily. Yeah, daily is into green money flow right now, so this looks real good. You might get a little bit more of a pullback here to get a better entry. Just be careful entering into resistance like this. I mean, obviously this would be a very good buy at support, but you know, if it comes down just maybe 50% down to 0.7 or 0.65 or so, that's still a really good entry. It already kind of did it once. I mean, that's what I would be looking at if I was going to add more. And then Blender is one of our calls that's doing real well still. Just wanted to talk about it because it's a very good, solid, what do you want to call it? Solid project, it seems like. So let's see. Yeah, so it's over the TP1 currently. Not saying that it has to just keep going. You know, it could. I have noticed some profit taking, but it's clearly in green money flow right now, so there's nothing to be concerned about. Wonder what the hourly is doing. Yeah, the hourly's trying to get into red a little bit here. It's close. It could roll over here. I mean, it's already up, what, since we called it. Yeah, I mean, it's like over a 2x. Usually we see like a 2x, 3x minimum on most of these. But, you know, some can fall down and some can, you know, maybe they go down first, maybe they go up first. And that reminds me of something here. Let me find it on the Discord because I wanted to show you. Okay, here it is. So here on my signals, sometimes I'll post these. And a lot of you will remember this because I actually called these plays previously. Virtual we called, Whirl we called, and Sturdy we called. And notice how all these patterns are similar. The reason why I want to bring this up is when I talk about the 50-50, you know, maybe price goes up first on these new tokens and maybe it goes down first. Well, yeah, any of these got a little initial pump, but it ended up being a fake out. And if you see something like that and then it comes back down here and starts to find support and, you know, builds a little bit of market structure, or maybe it forms an inverted head and shoulder, it ends up being a very good pattern to play. I mean, look how every single one of these, especially Virtual and Whirl, they're very similar, but all three in general look similar. You know, if these would have formed a more clear inverted head and shoulders, I probably would have got in sooner. But instead, I had to wait until it built some actual market structure like this. And that's why I got into these a little bit later. This one gave a 3x, here's a 6x, here's a 5x, so they were all good. Okay, let's get past that and let's talk about, well, I do want to talk about this real quick. So Nansen, you know, one thing that that we do in this Discord is we add value the more members that we get. And so maybe the members that got in earlier are paying $50 a month. And then at 50 members we added, I paid about $11,000 to get into a new part of Nansen, and I'll show you some of that here, just in case you're interested in it. So here is what they call a Nansen query. It's basically just some on-chain data using some moving averages. And if you noticed that here in May 2021, which was, let's put it on the weekly. So May 2021 was about right here. Yeah, right there before the dip. And if we go back, notice how all of these, you know, this top pink line right here is labeled in the legend here as the exit threshold. And what all of these lines are here that are kind of curling up are the percentage of coins that have crossed 30-day above the 380-day moving average. And I don't know if they're using the slow moving average or simple moving average, or if they're using the exponential. It's probably the simple. But you know, one line is the 30-day, one's the 90, one's the 180. And you know, some of these will lag more than the others, but you can see as it hit the exit threshold, that was the time to exit. And sure, there was one more pump up, but if you would have exited here, you would have been pretty happy. And then look here at the bottom. This started, what, July, August, all the way to February. This was the, from July, August of 2022 to February, March of 2023, it was down here in the entry threshold, telling you it was a good time to buy. So let's look at that. And I post these in our Discord sometimes. But if we look at that and what the timing looked like, Let's see, where's July? Okay, so here's July. So yeah, it wasn't the exact bottom, but it was telling you, hey, watch out. You know, you can start accumulating right now because it's getting close to the bottom. And then it went all the way from November to January, February, March before the real pump happened. So I think most people would have been pretty happy to get in, you know, anywhere in here. So these are things that we watch for, and it'll help us get out of the market on time. So just be aware of that. That's some other things that we show. Okay. And this is another part of the Nansen Alpha that, because we have the Nansen Professional version. And I'll just kind of highlight some of this so you can see it. Over the last 7 days, these are the hottest contracts, and we'll look into some of these tokens because you're getting some extra information here you can't see on the regular Nansen, like the Pioneer version, which, by the way, if you're interested in Nansen and want to do your own smart money research, I do have discount codes down in the description, so check that out. Okay, so let's look at, let me just bring some of these up off screen to where I don't cover that screen there. So I'm going to bring up SHIV here. Yeah, it's called Shiba Inu. I'll bring it right there, and then let's see what else we can find. We really want ones that are like positive momentum. So over the last hour, Emerald has some sell-off taking place. But one thing to notice here on SHIV, it's got 600K worth of smart money inflow over the last 7 days. Actually, I have to double check that. That could be inflow for all of the wallets, not just smart money. So here's your smart money depositors, withdrawers. Over the last 24 hours, there's been 5 of those. But we'll look more closely into that in a second. In fact, let me just go ahead and look at it now because I want to see. Yeah, currently there's 3 smart money holders. None of the wallets that I track are in it. I've got one right here that actually sold there. So this is one that I really wouldn't be all that interested in, although I can look at this wallet and we'll just see how profitable they are. I just want to see how well they did with this one, APU. Yeah, they're kind of all over the place. I don't really like that wallet. So I'm not following that wallet, and I don't really like what I see here. But we can take a look at the we can look at the chart anyway and just see if there's anything interesting on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not super excited about this just because if you think about this pump that it made here, and now all of a sudden it had a dip, and it's likely just going to come up and have a lower high, and this could even be the lower high right now. And money flows coming out of it there. I mean, it could pop back up, but it's just not interesting enough to me. I'd like to find something with a good pattern. So let's forget that one and let's look at another one. Sensor has been showing up a lot. Let's see. There's one smart money in it. Let me bring it up over here. Okay, sensor. Actually, I got to make sure I have the right one. Oh, it's Senso, isn't it? Okay. So sometimes you can go to your coin market cap, hit, copy the contract, and then I can paste it in here. And we can find it that way. So we can see, well, you know what? There's not any data on this just yet, unless I've got the wrong one. I may have the wrong one here. One thing we can do is click on it and get the contract. That's another way. Eventually this will be on Nansen too as well, to where it's a lot easier to get this information. Oh, that's the Uniswap liquidity pool. Let's see. Got one other way I can look it up here. Hang on. Okay, here we go. I think I've got the contract here, maybe. Let's see if this will bring it up. Yeah, so there's the sensor chart. Could be a lower high. I mean, the bullish line, obviously, for me is it has to get above 02370. If it can't get above there, I mean, at the very least, it has to get over 022. Then it's probably coming back down. So you got to be careful with these. I mean, it's already up quite a bit. Let me see here. We'll see if we can put this contract in. No, no result found on that. Sometimes that happens. It doesn't show up. Let's see what else we got. OXG. Oh, here's a new one, maybe. SAI. Let's take a look at that. Might be tough to find this one. There's very little, actually, there's very little price action in it currently, and there's no smart money. But I will take a look at it. Let's see if this is the right one. I don't like that there's no smart money in it, so if this doesn't show up, yeah, I'm not really interested in it just yet. Yeah, so what we may have to do, since there's nothing really all that interesting, it is a Friday, you know, liquidity's low, so there may not be much going on. But let's do this. Let's get rid of this hot contract thing, and we're gonna bring up our dashboard. And one thing I do want to make mention of real quick is, you know, stablecoin continues to drop as far as the balance on exchanges. Let's just see what these most recent ones are. And really what you want to see is stable coins coming on to exchanges. So there are some smart money taking profits. I mean, it's not real clear yet what's going on, you know, as far as the price action. It's still, you know, short-term bullish, so we're fine. But, you know, we need to keep an eye on that for sure. So let's just go through here. We'll grab a few like we did last time in last video, and then we'll take a close look at them. For those of you that don't know, this is the smart money token inflow for Ethereum. So that's all we're looking at currently. Trying to find something that hasn't moved. That, you know, that's our goal. We're trying to find something that's still in a good area to get a value play out of it. SQT we talked about last time. We can take a look at it real quick. WOJAK hasn't showed up in a long time. Let's look at that one. Let's see, RVST, I haven't seen that one either. VEC has been trying to make a move. GFI is actually one that we have as an RWA play, as a high conviction play, and it's starting to show up. DEVVE hasn't made a move in a while. We can look at that. Oh, that up, is that up only coin? Maybe what that is. SVPN is up 115. wBAI we talked about before. Let's look at root. Oh, Zen. That one hasn't showed up in a long time. You know, the more you do this, you kind of get used to seeing the names. Look at that one. Okay. Well, let me look at one other way to look at some of these. I can go to Smart Money, and then I can go to Dex Trades, and we can see what Smart Money has entered as far as new tokens recently. And then we'll take a look at those also. Takes a while for it to show up sometimes. Yeah, Smart Money is going to stables a little bit recently. There are 18 new buyers of USDC and USDT, some staking tokens there. Here's another staking. And this could be just, you know, before the weekend, they're taking some profits. Let me just check one more page of these and then we'll look at the new tokens only. RLY has been showing up lately, and I almost made it a call, but this is an older token from 2020. GHO, what is that? Okay, let's look at new tokens only. We've already got quite a few to look at. All right, here we go. So you can see here in this column, here's all of your new buyers, or sorry, these are the total buyers. Now, I don't remember if this is the last 24 hours or 7 days. It might be 24 hours, but these are your new joiners. So there's definitely interest in sensor for sure, because we got 3 new joiners. We got 2 here for one called Detect, and here's one called Nomads, but there's also one in a couple of these as well. So let's look. Okay, so this is the correct sensor. So we'll look at that one. I had the wrong one earlier. What else? Ring is an interesting name. We'll take a look at that. Here's one that has AI on the name. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Here's Desync, but that's the one we made 11x on. Take a look at Star, Nomads. OXG is that other one that popped up, wasn't it? We'll take a look at that. It's hard to, you don't want to fade any of these really. Any one of them could go. All right, so let's just end it there as far as the ones we're going to look at. And my goal here, by the way, I'm not going to bring up charts on every one of these. If I see one interesting, I will. But my main goal is to look and see if any of the wallets that I follow are in a specific token. Now this one's already up like a 3x, so, well, actually much more than that if you go down to here. So I don't know that I'm really interested in this one right now. Since the 10th of March, it's up 8x. So I really don't want to chase something like that. So I think I am going to skip this one. But SQT, I did call 2 days ago. So it was either here. If you would have jumped in this when you watched that video, you'd be like a 1.5 or a 2x right now. But if we just look at smart money, we've got, that's about 60,000 worth of buying, and there's no selling from smart money yet if you are in this one, and that's subquery token. So I'm going to jump over to the next one. WOJAK is a possibility. It is building good market structure, and what that is stair stepping up. Smart money has purchased 27K in the last 24 hours, and there's no selling. Let's look what 7 days shows. There was some selling over the last 7 days by this person. Okay. So this is a 31, well, actually I don't know what the market cap is. This is fully diluted valuation. But if we go over here and look at smart money, a lot of smart DEX traders in here. They might be short-term profit takers. There is a good fund in it. One person bought 19,000 within the last 24 hours. That looks pretty good, actually. Let's just pull up the chart. What did I? Oh yeah, it's WOJAK. And I'm gonna go to high time frame first because you always want to look at that. Yeah, I mean, I like that it has such good market structure. I mean, it is a 10x, so you do have to be careful, but one thing you could do is just draw like a rough trend line there, and if it breaks below the trend line, maybe get out. But your bullish line, or kind of your line in the sand, yeah, it's under the bullish line right now. I think that's right. I guess really you could call it this. I don't know. I like the other one better. About right there. So I probably wouldn't mess with it until it got above 0.00056. All right, That was WOJAK, by the way. Okay, RVST, what is this, 39 million. Looks like smart money has been buying. Yeah, there's one right there. It's up to 1.6 million volume. I mean, this is pretty good market structure as well. Oh, RVST is the name of this one. So it only retraced down to the 382. Has to get above 41 cents, roughly 42 cents. If it can't get above that, then, I mean, really you could even call it 49 cents, but you know, there is a chance it could come back down here to the 0.5, which is about 10 cents. So I would watch for, you can put you an alert here, just right click, add alert, buy zone, you know, something like that. And then that way, when this one pops up, you know that it's a good area to buy. Could even come down to the 6 cent area, but you know, there is a lot of support there as well, but there's some here too. So this would be showing a little bit of weakness if it came down further. This W could be played out though. You know, maybe that's a bull flag and it just keeps going. But you know, you got your line in the sand there. What did I say? Roughly 42 cents. It at least needs to get over, yeah. Okay, vector. Yeah, this looks good because it's the price action's still down. That's usually what I like to look for. I don't like to jump into things late. Oh yeah. Let's see what smart money was doing. So one of my favorite smart money has entered this one. And they entered. Oh, they already had some. They were just accumulating. So they must really believe in this project then. Vector, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, that's why they were getting in. It was a good value at the time. How much did this one go down? 74%. That's not bad. Sometimes they go 90%. I feel better about buying on a 90% dip. Let's just see what our fibs tell us. So it's rejecting at the 0.5 and the 0.382. If I was going to put a line on it and say it has to get above this line, I would say 23.55, 23.50. Once it gets above there, you're looking much better. You probably will see some resistance here around 36. But I suspect, I mean, it's hard to tell still. Maybe this is some kind of channel, or maybe it comes up here and goes down one more time. It's hard to tell on it, but you know, it's not a terrible place to buy. There is a wick down to here though, so I would call this the support area to watch for, right about 15. And who knows, I mean, it could come all the way down. That would be a long way down there, but it can. So I might keep that one. I might look at that with our group. DEVVE, let's see. So no smart money buying or selling last 24 hours, or over the last 7 days there was some selling, but not much. We can take a closer look here, see who's actually holding for a while. One of my best wallets is in here. There is a private sale investor that has purchased some recently. I just want to see if they're holding some USDC and USDT. Yeah, they did a really good job of buying and selling. So this may be an okay. It looks like they're reaccumulating DEVVE here. So this could be a good play. Let me just look at it on the chart. Oh, that's what it is. They're buying the bottom, what they think might be the bottom. But I bet it hasn't come down that much yet, has it? 63%. And there's nothing showing us that it's ready to stop its movement down just yet. But here is your line in the sand on this one, about $1.36. It has to get back above there. So that one I'm not really interested in just yet, though I may set a buy zone alert to alert myself when it is ready. Okay, this is ASTX. I think this is ASTEX. I did talk about this one in a previous video, but I never got into it. So a good fund is in this one. There is one smart money that was purchased lately. Actually, a couple of them. I need to look more into this one, but let's look at the chart. And I do provide charts to all of our Discord members for any of these as well. You know, like the chart links to where they can take a look at it themselves. Yeah, support's somewhere in here, or if you want to call it the bullish line, it needs to stay above this line to be bullish at 26.26. Most people aren't going to be interested in this one just because it has a high entry. You know, it's 2,600 just to get into it. So they can still go though. I'm just not interested in it. UOS is building some market structure here. There is a smart money that bought recently for 40,000. Let's take a look at that. I don't know anything about. There are a couple wallets that I like in here, but they bought a while back. Let's just see what this wallet looks like here. And this is one way that you can do your workflow to where you can find good wallets by doing this. You know, just looking at tokens in general. Let's just see where they bought on some of these tokens and it'll give us a better idea. Oh, okay, they're a bot. I don't like really following these just because they buy in and out too often, but they're obviously profitable. I think. It's hard to tell. Yeah, so, oh, this isn't the up only token. This one's the ultra token. Okay. So UOS, let's just take a look at it really fast. Okay, that's actually not bad at all, because what we're looking at here is a possibility of a, and this may be one of the ones we like, where it does maybe it comes down one more time and then pops out of this and goes much higher. Let's see what our targets are on something like this. Oh, by the way, the line in the sand on this one would be about the 0.25 right here. It needs to get back above, I don't know, something like 27 cents. And then especially 39 cents here, because it looks like the wicks keep getting rejected there. But there is a bit of a, you know, a breakout there on this downtrend line. It's maybe a good one. I don't know what the market cap is on it though. Yeah, it's not bad. Of course, that's the FDV. I don't know what the actual market cap is. I guess we can look at that. Actual market cap is 96 million. Yeah, so not bad at all. But usually when you hit about 100 million, people are taking profits. It must have hit much higher though. I like these because after the initial pump, you get a nice sell-off. And now it's almost right back to where it was before. Even though that does show weakness, it also provides a good value play to where you can lower your risk by getting in low like this. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to look at this one with our group. Let's save that one, yeah. Okay, SVPN. Don't know much about this one. There is a buy by one of the wallets I like within the last 24 hours. So it's gone up, what? Has it done a 10x so far? Not many smart money in it. In fact, there was a lot of selling that took place within the last 7 to 30 days. There's only one wallet mostly in it at 114K, and they accumulated, so that's interesting. Let's look at Shadow Node. That's why people are taking profit. I'm surprised that this person is still accumulating, because this one could easily, retrace to give back some gains. In fact, it's showing overbought right here on my dashboard, and that's not hard to believe. I mean, obviously it is. Like, even if you forget this whole big move when it was initially launched, and you just go from here, that's a 15x. I mean, most people are going to be taking their profits at that point. So what I would look for in this case is, just to be conservative and not use the full flagpole here, I would watch for a retrace down to like 0005 or so. Maybe I'd say 0005 just to be safe. So I'm not interested in that one right now because it's up too high. I mean, if it was able to be shorted, I would probably be looking to do a short. Let's see, wBAI. A lot of these newer tokens don't have futures though. wBAI is one that we are following. Looks like RSI could be turning back up, but it's still bearish on multi-time frame. Not many people talking about it. How much has this thing gone up? So it's done a 5x off of this breakout. It could do another 5x still, and I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Looks like I have a signal set here to buy it if it does cross like 1270. What would it look like? Okay, so it almost hit the 1618. What is another 5x from here? Yeah, right there. So I would watch for a target of about $55 on this one. I may look more into this, but I'm not real sure that I'm interested in it. I'm not interested in Root just because it's a 1 billion market cap. If it was a long-term play that we had, then I'm okay with, like a 1 billion or more. But with these short-term plays that we do that we hold 2 to 4 weeks and try to make at least a 3x on them, I always like to stay under like 500 million market cap. Actually, that's the diluted valuation. I keep forgetting that. I wish they'd put the market cap on there, because now I have to go to coin market cap just to look at it. Oh, okay. So that's not bad at all. It's only 109 million. So we will look at that one. Let's see. Okay, so we have 2 smart money that purchased. Let's see if any sold. Just 1. So it's about even, really. I mean, there's some buying, some selling. Yeah, so some of the funds are in this one. Animoca Brands, y'all know that one. I don't have any big smart money wallets in this one, so I'm not as interested in it, but we can just really quickly take a look at the chart. Yeah, this one could keep slowly climbing up. It's one of those that, you could do something like this. I don't know, you just kind of connect as many of these wicks as you can. Sometimes candle bodies are the better way, but you could keep playing it if you're in it until it crosses down below this trend line. And that's why you don't need any, if you learn how to do support resistance lines, trend lines, that sort of thing, you really don't need any indicators. They're just helpers mostly, and sometimes they lag. I don't really like Root. I mean, it's already made a pretty good move, so I'm not really going to look into it. Zen is one that we were looking at for a long time, and it just didn't do anything. So let's just see if it's ready to do something, maybe. Oh, wow. I don't know what that's about. Somebody's buying a lot. I think I have this chart saved. Yeah, it's above our bullish line. It's a little bit bearish currently. Let's see what daily shows. Actually, this is a really good place to buy, most likely. Wow. I did like a pump and then a 50% retrace. This is probably a good place to accumulate. I mean, it could still come down here to the bullish line, but let's just see what this shows. Oh yeah, it came back down to the, it's a little bit weak. I mean, I would have preferred just to see it stop at the 0.5, but there is quite a bit of support here, so not a bad one to buy at all. This TP1 up here should be right, but you know, there's some other order blocks here that could hit. Like as it comes back up, there's probably going to be some take profit in here, you know, right around this area, probably around right there. But you know, TP1's a little bit longer term, or medium term at least. So here you'd get, you know, maybe an 80 or 90%. There's about 130%, and there's your 3x right there. And this is based on longer term time frames, getting these lines. So yeah, I kind of like this one actually. But it's a slow mover, so you know, just be aware of that. Whoops, I didn't mean to close that one. I need to speed up here. There's a lot of these to go through. SMT looks like it's already pumped. If there's none of our, well, there is a favorite wallet in there. Let's see. Swarm markets. Oh yeah, there's some really high conviction levels here, so I do need to look at it. Oh yeah, that's why. Look at that sideways consolidation, breakout, retest, pump. This one, I would say, watch for, if it comes back here, this is a really good buy. Like, at least I feel like it is. 0.65, or sorry, 65 cents. Could be a good buy here at like 78 cents as well. You know, if it just does a shallow pullback. But I think it will pull back a little bit at least. But this one's very strong. It's bullish. We may look at this one as well. GHO token. There is one that's in it. Looks like it's trying to build up here maybe. 41 million. See, yeah, there's hardly anybody in this one actually, so I don't know that it would be a good play or not. GHO. What did I call it? GHO token. Oh, there it is right there. Looks like it's a low liquidity token, so I'm not interested in this one. Let's see, ARCX. There is one buy here. I don't know this wallet well though. There's a lot of selling in here, so this may not be a good one. It may have already made its move. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly been up. I think give it a chance to come back down and get a better entry. We'll come back to this one day. ARCX. Sensor, this is the one we were looking at before, which I wasn't really sure which one I needed to look up. So I've got 01885. It's not giving me a price though. Maybe sensor protocol. Let me punch this one in there and see if it's the right one. Yeah, that's it. Well, is it? Yeah, I think that's the right one. Oh yeah, there's a lot of smart money been buying this one. None that I know, but still might be good. So this, the price is at 019. Yeah, that's the correct one. Man, this one's so tough because it's already made a pretty good move. I'm not saying it's going to stop here, but you know, sometimes they roll over, sometimes they don't. It's like a 50-50. I really don't know what it's going to do. But since it's up right now, I'm not going to mess with it. What you can do is just say, okay, if it gets over 0.22, then it's probably pumping more. If it gets below 0.14, then it's probably going to come down a little bit, especially if it gets below 0.09 or what would it be, 0.10. Let's see, found where it was. Here's Ring AI. Interesting name. Nobody I know in it, but there is one fund. That doesn't mean it's a good play just because there's a fund in it, though. Let's just look it up and see what the chart looks like. If I can find it. Here it is, maybe Ring AI. Yep. Yeah, it's just gone too far. I'm not going to chase that one. So let's skip Ring. Okay, Sensor and Ring I don't want to look at. Here's Star Heroes. Interesting name. Looks like one person bought it within the last 30 days. I just want to look at their wallet. Let's see if they're profitable at all. Or if they're good at buying at the right time is the better way to put that. Yeah, that's not bad. And that's a good buy. So it's a pretty good wallet, seems like. You know, not the greatest. It's not one that I would save. But let's see, Star. So we're at 70 cents on that one. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad. I mean, it could still come down some, but in cases like this, if you want to accumulate at the bottom of the range, like 60 cents, I mean, you need to use good money management practices, and you need to use good common sense when, you know, like if you trade like a robot and you just get out of this after it gets under 60 cents, then you're saving yourself a lot of downward action, drawdown. So, you know, if you do that and then you get back in once it gets above 60 cents, then, you know, you're just waiting for it to reclaim that support area, and then you'll feel better about it. But this could be like, you know, the way it could play out is like a sideways consolidation. We just don't know yet. You know, this is the two levels you'd want to watch. If it gets above this one, it's bullish. Below this one, it's bearish. It's just too tight of a range right now, but I am going to save that, and I'm going to look at it with the group. Here's Nomads. Don't know that I have enough information to pull this one up, but we're going to see. Yeah, I'm just going to skip this one. It's too hard to find. OXG, this one's been popping up some lately. No smart money in it though, which really I should just go ahead and skip it, but we will look at the chart here. Okay, that's not bad. You know, maybe give it some time to come down. Well, you know, it could be actually at the 50% retrace at this point. I do need to look at the project though. I mean, I prefer to know if it has a doxed team. You know, that would give me a lot more confidence, but there's no smart money in it, so I don't have enough information right now to know if anybody has high conviction in it. Could come all the way down to the golden pocket, and you know, one way to play it is just wait until it gets above the trend line here, the downward trend line. Support is currently about 16 cents. Or again, if it comes down to like 12 cents, then that's the new support. It's just too new of a token. I mean, you don't even know if this support's going to hold yet, so just be aware of that. It is into red money flow. So you have to be careful with these new tokens. And then the last one we have is NTD, which I don't know anything about. And there is one smart money in it, looks like. No, there's 5. Neural Tensor Dynamics is the name of this one. Yeah, I mean, this one could be fun too. Oh, well, you know what? Wow. This could end up being a triangle pattern. And if it is, I mean, I don't know if the triangle is going to be more like this because, you know, there's not enough information to see if it's going to come down here yet. It's kind of dangerous to just expect, oh, okay, well, you know, this is the triangle, and if it breaks out, then it's going up. Well, it just doesn't work that way all the time. I've seen ones that do this. They'll break out of it, and then they'll ride this down further and then break out. So, you know, use your support lines, I would say, in this case. probably bullish line is right there. So it needs to get above 166. And if it gets above and then loses it, then you could just get out. You know, like if you were to enter here, it gets above and then loses it, just get out. You're still in a short-term profit. Or, you know, if you were to wait until it came back down to support or something, buy there. If it dropped below it, then get out until it gets back above it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, I'm going to end it there. You know, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Hopefully you found it interesting. Join our Discord if you want. It's in the description. If you want Nansen, use the discount code, but understand that you have to have a new account with Nansen or an account that has never purchased a subscription. And I think that's it. Just go ahead and comment in the comment section below if you have any questions or comments about what I talked about, or if you have a specific token you want me to look at. What else? Hit the like button, all that. Okay, we'll do another one next week. Y'all take care.